here. I was sitting alone in my room reading and I got bored. And so I decided, because I watch a lot of BookTube when I'm bored, and one of the things that a few BookTubers did, this was a few years ago, albeit, but a few years ago, a lot of BookTubers did this thing called the Rip It or Ship It tag, but I don't read enough books. I mean, I'm a reader. I'm not that big of a reader though, so I don't read enough books to do like a book edition of the Rip It or Ship It tag, but I thought that that would be like really, really fun. So I don't really know books, but what do I know? I know musicals. So what I did was I put a bunch of names. I took a bunch of these fancy reindeer sticky notes that I got for Christmas and wrote names of characters from some of my favorite musicals on them. And they're all in this cup, and there's a lot of them. I don't know if you can see that. There's a lot of them. So I'm going to jump right into it. Basically, if you don't know what the Rip It or Ship It tag is that they're names of characters from some of my favorite musicals. I think I have Dear Evan Hansen, Be More Chill, Bear, Spring Awakening, Hamilton, Newsies, and then a couple of Star Kid shows in here. If you don't know who Star Kid is, they're a group of friends who were originally based in Ann Arbor. They met at U of M Ann Arbor, and they all became friends, and they wrote this one musical that's like a parody of Harry Potter called A Harry Potter Musical, and they just stuck with each other, and they write their own musicals, and they're really, really good. So I have characters from 2 of their shows, I think, in here. So I'm going to pull 2 names, and then I'm going to say whether I ship it, whether I think they'd make a good, the 2 characters that I pull make a good pairing, or I rip it, saying that I don't think they're going to make a good pairing. So here we go. Still shaking. Okay, let's go. There's a lot, so this is probably going to take a while, so I want to like jump right into it. Okay, I'll do this, and then there's one that fell out, so I'll do you too. Okie dokie. So first up, we've got Bug. We have Bug from Starship, which is one of the Team Star Kid musicals. Bug is, like I said, from the musical Starship by Team Star Kid, and he is a bug who lives on a special planet called Bug World, where it's just bugs. And I don't want to spoil Starship for you, but it's available on YouTube. So if you want to know what Starship's about, you can go and just look up Starship Team Star Kid, and you can watch it yourself. I don't want to spoil it for you, but he's a bug who lives on a bug planet. And Sam Carmichael from Mamma Mia. Mamma Mia, that was the other one that I did. I put some Mamma Mia characters in here because I'm currently in a production of Mamma Mia, and I was just thinking about it. I don't think this would work out very well because, like I said, Bug's a bug who lives on a completely different planet. I mean, Bug is like a very adventurous person, and so is Sam. And Sam's like, maybe it would work actually. I think it would work because Sam's like he's very adventurous, and he likes to build things, and Bug is a very adventurous character as well, and so they could go on adventures together, and Sam could like build them a nice hut on like the beach somewhere. That'd be cool. You know what? After like thinking about it for a hot second, I think it'll work. Okay, I changed my mind. Okay, we got you, and we got you, friend. Okay, so we got Bill from Mamma Mia, and Jack Kelly, from Newsies. So there's quite of an age difference there. Bill doesn't really have much going for him, does he? The only like major thing that happens to him is that like he has that song with Sophie, and then he ends up with Rosie in the end. I think he says that he's a writer. And Jack is an artist. So, like, Bill could write a children's book and Jack could, like, illustrate the pictures. But I don't think that's, like, the type of writing that Bill does. I just don't see, there's, like, I don't see any way that this would work out. That this could, like, work out, like, at all. Plus, the age difference is too weird, and I'm not for it. So, rip. I'm gonna put the rip pile here, shit pile here. I'm not for it. Also, I was kind of hoping, I was gonna draw Jack and Crutchy, because hashtag Jack Crutchy for life. Paul, from the guy who doesn't like musicals, Star Kids' most recent musical that they did. This is Tanya from Mamma Mia. Oh my god, I actually kind of somewhere in my mind, I somehow kind of see this working. It's very weird, very interesting. Well, Paul doesn't like musicals, and Tanya's in Tanya was in, well, she's not in, like, she was in a girl group, so she sings, but it's not like, I don't see, also there's a big age difference here too. Not a huge age difference, but like, I mean, not as big of an age difference as Bill and Jack, but I don't know. Part of me wants to ship it, and then part of me is like, there's like nothing to, because Tanya's kind of a gold digger and has been married like several times, and Paul is like a very simplistic man who doesn't like musicals, and he goes out of his way to get coffee because he'll go like halfway across town to a coffee shop when there's a Starbucks right across the street because he has a crush on the barista there. Like, he's very like romantic gestury, and I'm sure that, and I think that Tanya would really appreciate that. Part of me really wants to ship it. I think that Paul and Tanya have a chance at living like happily ever after. I ship it. I'm going for it. And also, Tanya doesn't end up with anybody at the end of the show either, because, spoilers, if you don't know Mamma Mia, Donna and Sam end up together, and then Bill and Rosie end up together. Tanya doesn't end up with anybody. She deserves happiness too. All she gets is 3 divorces. And off the top. Okay, so we've got Up, Commander Up from Starship, and Emma from the guy who didn't like musicals. So for 2 different Star Kids shows. But it's funny because the one that he's paired with, the character that he's paired with in Starship, who I also have in here, Taz, is played by the same girl who plays Emma in The Guy Who Doesn't Like Musicals, or The Guy Who Didn't Like Musicals. The Guy Who Didn't Like Musicals. I'm thinking, because Emma is very much like, she was given a very intense backstory in The Guy Who Doesn't Like Musicals, and so yeah, she just wants to like live her life and better herself and like do good. And Up is very like soft and sensitive, and he's about the same age as the professor that she goes to. I think Up is about the same age because he has gray hair. So he's about the same age as the professor that Emma goes to. I don't want to spoil either of these shows for you. So, but there's a professor there's like an old professor that Emma goes to in The Guy Who Didn't Like Musicals, and I think he's about the same age as Up. Sure. I don't know, because I feel like Emma wants to just go and adventure, and then Up is like, can we just like stay home? Up would be like, can we just like stay home and cuddle and watch movies? And Emma's like, but we did that yesterday, and the day before that, and the day before that. Let's go on a hike somewhere. And Up's like, no, I'm tired. Yeah, no, I'm gonna rip that. Gonna rip that to shreds. Up is a very like particular type of person. He needs a very particular type of person, and that's why he's like best paired with Taz, because Taz knows how to take care of him. Nobody else does. Everybody else is like, oh my god, can you just like not? Can you just like stop crying for like 5 seconds of your life? I don't want to pick these two because these two are stuck together, so maybe. Lawrence from Hamilton. What's his name? John Lawrence. John Lawrence. And Sally from the Star Kids show that shall not be named because it has a very inappropriate title. Well, Lawrence is the type. Now, if it was Lawrence and Up, I feel like Lawrence could show Up how to. I feel like Lawrence could like show Up how to be strong again, because Up was a commander and he did fight in a war just like Lawrence did. And I feel like Lawrence like has the power to, has like the strength to show Up how to be brave again and how to be tough again, kind of like how Taz did in Starship. And so if it was Lawrence and Up, I could actually see that working, and that would actually be really cute. But it's not Lawrence and Up, it's Lawrence and Sally. So Sally is very shy and very like unsure of herself, and like she knows what she wants, but she's just like, and she's like ready to go get it, but then when it comes time to go and get the thing that she wants, she like gets very, very scared, and she like stops, and she's like, I don't know what to do. And I feel like she would just also, it's almost absolutely certain in canon that like John Lawrence, who was a real person, was gay. So and I feel like Sally would be like the type, although if we're talking in like a hypothetical world where he were straight, I feel like Sally would be like the nice little housewife where she'd like stay home while he's away at war and like watch after the kids and keep the house tidy and cook the meals and like all of that stuff. Like she'd be like the perfect, because she's like the perfect type of person to be like the little housewife that Lawrence can come home to. And I think that'd be really cute. So I'm gonna ship it. Even though Lawrence is probably most definitely gay, I'm gonna ship it. Yay! I'm shipping more people than I'm ripping. I like this. Yay, love. Okie dokie. We got you, and we got you. Jeremy from Be More Chill, and Ernst from Spring Awakening. Oh my god, okay. Let me think. Jeremy is a very like shallow, two-dimensional character who only wants to be cool and get like the girl's attention, and Ernst is like kind of soft and like the soft and sweet one who's like a very like hopeless romantic, and he has like all of these dreams of becoming like a country pastor, and he's very like Ernst is my baby. Ernst is my baby. He's my baby because he's so precious and so pure, and he's just like such a like sweet little romantic. Honestly, Jeremy, if you know Be More Chill, if you know either of these shows, Jeremy is kind of a D-bag because he takes this machine, he takes this like little supercomputer to make him be cool and get the girl, and then it turns him into an absolute D-bag. But he was kind of a D-bag to begin with. And I don't want Jeremy ruining Ernst like that. Ernst deserves better than Jeremy. So I'm gonna rip it. I'm gonna rip it because I need to protect Ernst at all costs, and he definitely does not deserve Jeremy. He does not, no, not in any universe, not in any parallel universe where these universes meet and I'm in charge. Like, no, 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 no. For those of you who don't know, Spring Awakening is my all-time favorite show, and Ernst is my baby, and I don't, no. Okay, one fell out, and then another one fell out, so I guess I'll just go with these two. I was gonna pick a different one, but these two fell out, so we'll go with these. Davy from Newsies. And Peter from Bear. Oh God. They're both very headstrong. And they're both very determined. And they both know what they want. Both know what they want, and they're both totally confident in fighting for what they want. And Davy's a really good leader. I think this would be cute. I think this would be cute because with all that happened with Jason, it would be so, with all that happens with Jason and Bear, again, I don't want to spoil these shows for you, but for all that happens with Jason and Bear, I think that Davy would definitely be like the person to like, because Davy's not really, at least not that we see, because he doesn't get like a romantic arc at all. So like we don't know how much of a romantic person he is, but I can like guarantee you with how he is with the rest of his personality, with how like headstrong he is and how much he knows what he wants and he goes for it. I think that like Davy could definitely like, if he were to like gain an interest in Peter, he would definitely like go for it and show him what love is really like and how it's supposed to be, and like be proud to like hold hands with him in public and stuff, unlike Jason. I'm shipping it. I think that'd be really cute. I think that'd be really cute. I'm gonna, and that's a ship I never knew I needed either. For real. So yes, I'm gonna ship it. That's weird. I didn't think, like, a lot of these are like ships that like I'd never really thought about. But like a lot of these characters are actually very similar and more compatible than we thought they were. These two. Pulled my hand out, these two came with it. Donna Sheridan from Mamma Mia, and Thomas Jefferson from Hamilton. I think, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure Thomas Jefferson had like his opinion of women were that like they were to stay silent and submissive and like not do anything except like, you know, obey their husbands and like do what their husbands ask of them and whatever. And Donna's like definitely not about that. Donna is like, I'm a strong independent woman, I don't need no man, I built this whole entire hotel on this taverna on this Grecian island by myself, raised my daughter all on my own, like I don't need you. And Thomas Jefferson, if it were anybody else, I feel like somebody like Sam could like pull her back down to earth, but Thomas Jefferson's definitely not that person. So sorry, but I'm gonna have to rip you. There's 4 here. Okay, so I'll do these 2 right now, those 2 next round. Okay, we got Connor Murphy from Dear Evan Hansen and Michael Mell from Be More Chill. My first instinct is no, they wouldn't work because Michael is he's very like, I feel like they would bond. Okay. Because like my initial thought was no, because Connor's very like dark and angsty and depressed, and Michael is like very, I mean, he is very anxious. He does have a song where he like has an anxiety attack alone in a stranger's bathroom and like cries, but other than that, he's very like upbeat and peppy and optimistic. And so initially I thought that like would make them clash, because like I feel like Connor would just bring Michael down, but also at the same time I feel like Michael could bring Connor up. Like they could like sit together and play video games, and Michael could also be he's a very good listener. He's a very good friend. He stays dedicated to Jeremy even when Jeremy becomes like a total a-hole. So like Michael could be dedicated to Connor and like sit there and listen to him and like let him rant, and maybe Connor would have survived. Spoiler alert, Connor dies in Dear Evan Hansen, but maybe Connor would have survived if he just had somebody like Michael who like sat there and took the time and played video games with him and listened to him. So while I initially think that they're gonna clash and it's not gonna work out, I also think that there's a serious chance for these guys. So I'm going to ship it. I'm gonna ship it. I think they have a chance. I think they deserve. I think. And then next, because these other two that I pulled out, next we got Zoe Murphy. Oh, thank God I didn't draw her with Connor. Thank God, because Zoe's Connor's sister. So like, and Sophie Sheridan. I ship this. Sophie Sheridan from Mamma Mia. I immediately ship this. Because they're both like. They're both artistic in the sense that like because like Sophie plays guitar and Zoe plays guitar, and Sophie likes to sing, and Zoe could play guitar for Sophie, and they could sing together, and like she could perform like her mother used to do. I don't know. I think also like their personalities. I don't know why, but I feel like for some reason, like their personality, because they both because they have like this huge thing happen to them and they have all of these unanswered questions. Like Sophie just wants to find out about her father and what happened, and then Zoe just wants to find out about her brother and what actually happened and what the story is. And so, and they both really care about their family and the people in their lives, despite how they may behave in their respective shows. And my first instinct, like right away, was like, I could see this happening. I can totally see this. I ship it. And I think that they'd be a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful couple. So you know what? I ship it. I ship this 1000%. Hashtag Zophie. Zophie! Oh my God, hashtag Zophie. I love it. I love it. Oh my God. Yes. Yes. This. That was the first one that I was like 1,000%. I was like 1,000%, because before I was like, oh, I think that'd be cute. I could see that. Go with it. But like that was the first one where I was like, oh my God, yes. Oh my God. I don't know what it is, but I ship it. Okay, so first we got Rich. Rich from Be More Chill. And wouldn't it be funny if it was, but it's not. It's Ted. I ship this. I ship this because they're both very destructive. Like Rich is more destructive than Ted, obviously, because Ted is from the Star Kids show, the guy who didn't like musicals. Rich is obviously more destructive because he supposedly burned down his house, but Ted is very destructive in the way that like he starts to care about somebody, and then immediately when like somebody, like he starts to care about somebody, like he cared for Charlotte a lot. He actually did start to care for Charlotte. And then Charlotte was telling him no, and he was like, fine then, and he like pushed him away. And he like pushed her away, and he like got all like sad and like balled up, and that's kind of how Rich ends up at the very end of the show, I think. I'm not entirely sure because I only ever listened to the soundtrack, and so much can be left assumed if it's not like an opera or something and it's just like a regular like musical soundtrack. But there's something about these two that I feel like they like could have a connection, and I feel like they would like meet in a bar somewhere and just like sit and talk and then like realize how much they have in common and then like fall in love. And this was like, much like Zoe and Sophie, I like saw these two and I was like, yes, immediately. I see this working, I ship it. So yes, that's what I'm going with, ship it. Okie dokie, next two. This is gonna take forever, just like I knew it was going to, but that's okay because I'm having fun. We have Mega Girl from Starship, who is a robot who eventually learns to love. And Ilsa from Spring Awakening. Ooh. Interesting. I don't think it would work. Mostly because Ilsa comes from the 19th century, 18th century, 19th century, and she would see Mega Girl. And be like really, really scared because Mega Girl's like totally out of place because she's a freaking robot. And Mega Girl doesn't really have any discernible personality besides like making robot jokes. And the only like character arc that she has is when she learns to love and she falls in love with Tootsie. So I'm gonna say no. Also, I love Ilsa. Ilsa's also my baby. Everybody in Spring Awakening is my baby. They're all my children, and they deserve better than they only deserve the absolute best. And if the person that I draw for them is not the best, then I'm automatically gonna rip it. Sorry, but 'tis true. I love how we're getting a lot of like girl, boy, boy couples. It just helps to increase the gayness of this channel, which is what I set out to do in the first place. So, Taz from Starship, and Crutchy from Newsies. Ooh, I think that would work because Crutchy has an injury and Up has an injury, albeit Up's isn't as, I mean, it kind of depends on how you define the severity of an injury, but she would definitely be there for him. I feel like she would definitely be there for him and remind him that, like, you're still tough. Yeah, sure, you got a bum leg, whatever, it doesn't matter. You're still a tough SOB, and you're gonna go and kick butt in the world, and you can do whatever you want because I believe in you. Because that's the kind of person that Taz is. She's like very tough and very bad A, but also she's very tough and very bad A, and like if you cross her, she will cut you, but she's also very, very caring and very, very sweet. And for those who she loves, she like is there, and she like definitely like brings them up. And so if she were to fall in love with Crutchy, I feel like that's what the situation would be. I just find it very funny. And it's a very unlikely pairing. It's a very unlikely pairing indeed, but I like it. And I think that'd be really, really cute. So I'm going, and I feel like Crutchy, because like he doesn't get much of a romantic arc either, so we don't really know how he is in like romantic situations, but I imagine that he's like the very like hopeless romantic type because there's not much that he can do because he has a bum leg. So I feel like he's definitely like the soft-spoken, he's definitely like a very, because he is soft-spoken kind of. And I feel like he would definitely be the romantic type, and I feel like Taz would like dig that. I feel like Taz would dig that. Like event, like at first she'd be like, why are you being romantic? Why'd you get me flowers? They're just gonna die. Don't be stupid. But then she'll like eventually like, when she starts like caring for him, she'll like start to appreciate that more. Yeah, no, I'm shipping that. That's cute. We're narrowing it down. We're dwindling down. Sorta, kinda. Alright, we have Evan Hansen from Dear Evan Hansen. And we've got Nadia. Nadia from Bear. Ooh. Now, when I'm talking about Nadia, I'm not talking about Nadia from the pop opera. I'm talking about Nadia from the musical, because I've only ever seen the musical. I've listened to the cast album for the pop opera several times, but I feel like I know Nadia from the musical better, so that's who I'm gonna base this off of. Nadia from Bear the Musical, in a sense, is very, very much the female version of Connor, because she's very dark and broody and angsty and into drugs, much like Connor is, and I feel like Evan would kind of latch onto that because of the, even though the bond that he had with Connor wasn't real, and he never was really friends with Connor, I feel like that would work. I feel like that would really work, because I feel like if he had gotten a chance to be friends with Connor, what he had said, even though it was all lies, what he had said to the Murphys is what he would have actually done if he would have gotten a chance to actually be friends with Connor. So I feel like that's also what he would do with Nadia. And I just feel like that would work. And I feel like Evan would treat her really, because Evan's he's such a hopeless romantic, and he's such a freaking sweetheart, and he's a bean. He's an angel bean. And I feel like Nadia would definitely be the one to be able to calm him down and talk him down, and he's having panic attacks, and Evan would bring her up out of her dark places, and they would go on super duper cute romantic dates together, and they'd go walking in the park, in the orchard, and climb a tree, because Evan's obsessed with trees. That'd be really cute. I think this would be cute. This is actually really, really perfect. I like this. I'm going with that. Ship it. Into the last few. I say the last few. There's still 20 in here. All right, we got Jared Kleinman from Dear Evan Hansen. If only I had drawn him sooner, because I ship Kleinson hardcore. But that's all right, because he ended up with Nadia, and I'm content with that. Okay, so we got Jared from Dear Evan Hansen, and Tootsie Noodles from Starship. Oh God, Tootsie is very, very stupid, and he's very much the token ditzy character from a show. He's the token ditzy character that you get in a show, and Jared is very snarky and very sarcastic and can be very mean at times. He's too much of a manly man, to the point where he's too wrapped up in his masculinity, I feel, to where, because it's different with Evan, because you get to see them interact on stage, and you get to see them be friends, but with any other guy, I see that being very hard for Jared. And also, he would, because of how stupid Tootsie is, how not smart Tootsie is, I feel like Jared would just rip him to shreds, and burn him so hard. And poor Tootsie doesn't deserve that. He's not necessarily my favorite character from Starship, but he is played by Dylan Saunders, who does hold a very special place in my heart. So I feel like he does deserve better. So he does deserve better than Jared. So I'm gonna rip that to shreds right here, right now. All right, here we go. These two that fell out together. We've got Hamilton, Alexander Hamilton from Hamilton, and Eliza. Aww. Normally, much like I did with, I drew 2 characters from the same show and I put one back and I drew another, but this is like fate. This is like fate, even though Hamilton did cheat on her, and even though she does deserve better, and even though, but like in the end, she's forgiven him, and when she's like old and wrinkly and like ready to die, she says, I can't wait to see you again, and she like looks forward to like dying and meeting him again in heaven. So I think like that's super cute, and it's like totally fate that I pulled these 2. So I'm gonna ignore that they're from the same show, and I'm gonna just like, and because Hamilton's an absolute a-hole, and I would have like ripped him if I had drawn him. I would have like ripped it if I had drawn him with anybody else, but I drew him with Eliza, so like, it's gotta happen. It's gotta happen. I'm gonna let it happen. We're gonna let it happen, guys. We're gonna let it happen. We're gonna leave it alone. Almost there. Look at how empty the cup is now. Remember how full it was before? And now look at how empty it is. We're getting there. We're getting there. Oh, also when I said that I would have ripped it if I had drawn Hamilton with anybody else, if I had drawn him earlier, if I had drawn him with Lawrence, I would have shipped it. Because they were almost certainly boning in real life. But, you know. That's not the point of this. The point is we've got Moritz. Moritz from Spring Awakening. Oh god, I hope this is good because I haven't shipped any of the Spring Awakening characters. Or wait, did I? I feel like I shipped Ernst with whoever I... Or did I? I don't think I shipped anybody with any of the Spring Awakening characters because I'm too protective of them. Hanshin! Ooh. Hanshin, also from Spring Awakening. No. They don't like each other because Hanshin's like an arrogant little prick. When he like gives his speech about like there's only 3 ways a man can go, he can let the status quo defeat him like Moritz, and he like laughs about it. I'm like immediately also like Hanshin, like I love all of these characters because I love Spring Awakening with my whole heart, and all of these characters are my children, all of them. But also at the same time, I feel like Moritz deserved a hell of a lot better than what he got in that show, and he deserves better than, like, stay away from my baby Moritz. He deserves better than Hanshin. I'm sorry, ripping it, not happening. The only way I would have shipped Moritz with anybody is if I had drawn him with Ilsa or I drew him with Melchior, but like, otherwise, no, Hanshin, you stay away. That one jumped out at me, so I'm gonna pick that one. Angelica from Hamilton. She's very much like Donna in that she's like, I'm a strong, independent woman. I don't need no man. So let's see who we got her with. Oh, there's 2 here. Wendla from Spring Awakening. Who now all of the Spring Awakening characters are coming out of the woodworks because I wrote those ones first, I remember. I feel like the most that Angelica can do for Wendla is give her a good sex ed class that she so desperately needs. I feel like I don't have any doubts. Like, before, I was saying that, like, the Spring Awakening characters that I drew deserved better than the person that I drew them with. But this time I'm not thinking that because I'm sure, without a shadow of a doubt, that Angelica would treat Wendla very well and love her very much, but do they have anything else in common? Because Wendla doesn't really know what she wants in life, and Angelica is very, very certain of what she wants. And I feel like Angelica would be like, I love you, but if you don't know what you want, I don't want to sit around and wait here for you to figure that out, so I'm just going to leave and go on my merry way, and you do you, boo. So I just don't think it would work. Not because I feel like Wendla deserves better than Angelica, but because I just don't think they would clash, or I don't think they would mesh very well. So I'm gonna rip it. We have yet to ship a Spring Awakening character with somebody. Ooh, I think we have, do we have 2 more? I think I drew all of them. I think I drew all of them, except Melchior. So we'll see who I draw Melchior with. And we'll see if I ship him with whoever that is. I probably won't. We have Matt from Bear. And we've got February from Starship. Ooh, interesting. This is also very interesting. I feel in my heart of hearts that Matt and February totally deserve each other, because Matt is like, he does all of this because he's a definite like hopeless romantic too. He does so much for this girl that he's like madly in love with, who doesn't want anything to do with them, and he just spends almost the entire show just being like sad and mopey and heartbroken about it. And February is also very ditzy, but I feel like he would do all of the things for February that he wanted to do, that he like did for Ivy, and if he like just transferred those feelings from Ivy to February would like appreciate it, and it'd be cute. I don't know. I feel like that would work. There's not very much to like go off of, but I think that'd be cute, and I think that'd work. So I'm shipping it. Alrighty, next couple, moving swiftly frickin' onwards. Melchior from Spring Awakening. Oh god, this is the last Spring Awakening character. I am so scared to see who I pulled with him, because chances are I haven't shipped any of the Spring Awakening characters. This is going to be my saving grace here. I really don't think so. Pepper from Mamma Mia. No. And this is gonna get an automatic rip, because Pepper doesn't have like any personality except the fact that he's like a major flirt, and Melchior is also sort of kind of a major flirt, and he's like very smart and very well read. He's like so defiant too, because he goes against the church, because the church is like telling him all of these things, and he's like, no, the church is lying to me. He has way too much personality, and Pepper has like literally no personality whatsoever. So I'm just going to rip. Sorry, not happening. We are 0 for 0 with the Spring Awakening. We are 0 with the Spring Awakening characters. I didn't ship a single one of them. I feel like that was what was meant to happen though, because I just love all of the Spring Awakening characters too much, and they're just all my babies, and they don't deserve anybody except maybe me. Like, now if it was me and Melchior, sign me the frick up, man. Alrighty, we've got Rosie from Mamma Mia, and Rosie from Mamma Mia is going to be paired with Ivy from Bear. Ooh. Ivy's a very, very specific type of girl. Because Ivy, she gets to this high school, she gets to this Catholic boarding school, and she is like automatically, like, there are rumors about her like sleeping with teachers and being a slut, and it's like not fun. And then Rosie's funny. She's like cracks jokes. She's like the grandma you always wanted. She like is funny. She cracks jokes. She cooks. There's also another huge age gap here. I don't think there's like anything. I don't think there's like anything that would like make this relationship mesh. I feel like Rosie, if we weren't talking in like romantic terms, and if Rosie were like Ivy's mom or her grandma, I could see that. That'd be really cute. I could see that. But if we're talking about romantic partner, I don't know. I don't think that's gonna work. I'm gonna rip that. Alrighty, next. Do I have an even number of names here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, I do not. Oh, God. Okay, so one of these is going with me. That's what Poland Bananas Books did. She had an odd number of names, and the last name that didn't get chosen went with her. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna find love at the end of this too. Even though I already have a boyfriend of 3 years, Tom, I love you. Alrighty, we've got Jason. Jason from Bear. Jason from Bear and Christine from Be More Chill. Oh. Even though Jason is gay, I feel like that would work because Christine and Ivy, because he does briefly hook up with Ivy. I don't feel like they have that much in common, but I do feel like if Jason were to be straight, Christine is the type of girl that he'd go for. Who's like into the plays and peppy and upbeat and happy all the time. And he would just be, and they'd be like the perfect like happy peppy girl and the jock. And they'd live happily ever after. And it'd be like as simple as that. I think that'd be cute. And I mean, Jason is kind of a D-bag because he's like so hidden and he like keeps his wall up at all times. But I feel like Christine is like super duper sweet and would like be with him and help like melt that wall away, and it would work. I feel like it would work. I'm gonna ship that. I'm gonna ship that because why not? Because Jason deserves to be happy. He didn't deserve to have what happened to him happen to him. Are we down to the last? We are. We're down to the last 3. Oh God. Okay, here we go. Here we go. This is it, boys. Harry. I was kind of hoping I'd draw Jason and Harry together because I could also see that. Harry from Mamma Mia. Catherine Plummer from Newsies. Ooh. Harry is gay. I put a lot of gay men in here, I guess. And I don't think even in a world where he was straight that would work out. So I'm just going to automatically rip that. Nope, nope, nope. Oh, we only got 1 name left. Okay. This one's with me. This one's with me, guys. Oh God, who did I get? I'm really scared. Spot Conlon. Okay, I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. Spot Conlon from Newsies. Yes. Yes, please. He's my Brooklyn Bay. Of course. Of course. Yes, I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. It's fate, guys. It's absolute fate. It's absolute fate. And that's funny, too, because if I had drawn him with anybody else, I don't think I would have shipped it. So, I shipped that. Me and Spot Conlon. I shipped that. I love that. And on that note, that was the Theater Edition Ship It or Rip It tag. If you are a fan of theater, then leave down in the comments below your favorite unlikely ship. Yeah, your favorite unlikely theater ship. Like I said, for me, it's definitely hashtag Jack Crutchy for life. But with that was a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun. I've been sitting here for almost an hour talking about like shipping theater characters, and that was a lot of fun. That made me very happy. I'm smiling a lot. So yeah, that's it. I will see you guys next time, and until then, you're valid. I love you. Goodbye.